In today's video, I'm going to show you what to do if you hate your job but you can't leave. So at the very least, you can stop experiencing those Sunday night panic attacks. This is actually a very common issue. You know, over 80% of people hate their job and can't leave, or at least feel like they can't leave. And I really hate to say, y'all, I'm a statistic. I hate to say it. I'm so sorry. I came back into the workforce about a year ago. It'll be a year in September. And initially, when I was looking for a job, the entire objective was to try to find, like, honestly, a cool little job. Like, that was the objective. I just wanted something where I could go to work and go home. I didn't really want anything that was too high level or too intense, because I was still focusing on my body and relearning my body and figure out how to navigate like the new challenges that I have, like just dealing with life. And so I just needed a job. That's really just what I was looking for. And I was looking for jobs that didn't require much skill. In my mind, I was thinking a job with low skill meant low effort. And even though that usually meant low pay, I was willing to take that because, like I said, I had a goal. Like, I have another priority right now, and I'm not as career focused. I really want to focus on my body and my health, but I do need a job. So I just found the first job that I could find that fit that criteria. And I really hate to say, I hated the job as soon as I got there. I hated it as soon as I started, y'all. The job did not match the description. It barely matched what we talked about in the interviews. And it really got bad when the work started to pile on, and it was work that was not within my roles and responsibilities. It was way outside of my scope, it was way outside of my purview. And it just felt like I was being pulled in every single direction. And at some point, I just started to get mad. Like, I was just angry, and I haven't even reached my 90-day mark, and I'm sitting here driving to work in silence, pure silence. Every morning it's just dead silent because I have to, like, get my mind right before I go into this office. That's how bad it was, y'all. And I'm thinking, I can't leave. I just got here. I literally just got here, and it took me this long to find this job. Even if I started applying to jobs today, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow with a new job. I might not even have one next month. And spoiler alert, I didn't. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what to do right now, today, to make your job easier. And that is the only objective, is to make your job and your life easier for you. So I'm going to walk you through a framework that is essentially the launch pad to strategic ownership. That's what I teach. If you are a corporate professional who feels trapped and stuck and overlooked in their career, I help people get recognized, land promotions, and lead high impact projects, typically within just 3 to 6 months, without experiencing burnout and being overstressed, so that you can live a fulfilled life and have an advancing career. This is a 3-2-1 framework. This is what's going to take you from stressed and struggling and consumed to really having ownership over your day. So this is how we're going to start. The first thing you're going to do is, I want you to think about all of your roles and responsibilities. I want you to think about all the different tasks and projects and things that you have under your belt, all the things that you have going on right now, and create like a full list. And think about all the things at work that, like, frustrate you the most, utterly piss you off. And I know you got a list because you come home from work every day complaining. Okay, so start making a list of all the things at work that you absolutely hate to deal with. It really bothers you and bogs you down. It makes your job harder, whatever it is. And if it's not so easy to do, I understand, because a lot of us dissociate at work, and you just got to get through the day. So if that is you, log back in, come back, okay? Let's come back and start paying attention at work and see what pisses you off, what really makes you mad. And this first part is, we are spotting 3 drains. And this list that you're creating, these are the clues. This is what tells you where your energy and your time is being wasted the most at work, because these are your list of frustrations. So it could be anything from tedious admin work, broken handoffs in between teams, repetitive questions from colleagues or a client or anything like that. And just write it down. All the things that you have to do that you don't like to do, that bother you, that annoy you, that stress you out, that frustrate you. Okay? This is where your energy is drained and your time is wasted. And so the next step, what we're going to do after that, is we're going to brainstorm. We're going to come up with at least 2 solutions to each of those problems. We're not focused on who can do it, how to do it, or anything like that. It's just, what are 2 of the simplest ways to make this not bother you anymore? How can we not make this affect you anymore in the way that it does? And this is not about finding like the perfect fix or trying to like fix the system, right? Because most operations, most things are not happening within a silo. And more often than not, you are just going to be a small piece of an entire system. Like you are just the cog in a machine, right? So how do we make your portion of this entire system easier? This is how you free up your time and your energy so that you can free your mental capacity. Like this is how you stop taking work home. This is how you let your time be your time. And then on top of that, it's also about building the habit of like thinking strategically and positioning yourself as a problem solver. So it's twofold here, but the main thing right now that we're focusing on is your time and your energy. And we need to preserve that and start getting it back, because you don't have any. And they are taking it. They are taking it from you, honey. So what are 2 ways that we could solve this problem? Like, do we streamline it? Do we automate it? Can we build an SOP around it? Is there something that we can do? Do we kill it altogether? I made a video about what to do if you're experiencing burnout and anxiety at work. And I talk about how to properly offboard work in your job. So if you would like some of that information, go back and watch that video after this. But what are solutions that you could think of to this problem? How can we make this not piss me off anymore? How can we make this not bother me anymore? This is a bottleneck. This affects my work. This is frustration. This whatever it is, how can we stop that? Okay? Just 2 reasons, 2 solutions. And then after that, 1. Okay? 3-2-1 method. You just need 1 outcome. And you're just going to pick 1 solution of all the ones that you came up with. You should have at least 6 of all the ones that you came up with. You're just going to pick 1. And 1 thing that is going to move the scale for you. 1 thing that's going to make your job easier. As you continue to do this, there will be some things that pick up and will be implemented departmentally. And that's happened to me a few times. And that's how I've been able to lead a couple of different projects within the different organizations that I've been with, is in doing this. I literally just focus on making my job easier. That's all I care about. And like me doing my job well only helps other people do their job. So that only further emphasizes my impact. I want to emphasize this is meant to be done on a micro scale. The goal is to make your life, your job easier for you. It's not about everything else. Again, things don't happen in silos more often than not. If you do have a task or something that like is really just within you, that's probably the easiest place to start, because it's yours. You own it, make it easier for you. But more often than not, that's not going to be the case. But what can you do on your end so that this doesn't create further friction and problem for you? I think a great example would be, in my previous position, I was a consulting analyst at a tax firm, and we were getting a crazy influx of IRS documents, and like every single client needed a response, and I'm getting like 30 different responses that need to get put out every week. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I'm on these cases, and the attorneys will send their executive summaries. It's my job to ensure that the statistical portion of the executive summary is accurate. It never was. It never was. I could have like blew my brains out. It was ridiculous. Like I was getting so worked up. Like, why do y'all keep sending me this shit? Like, y'all don't know what y'all are looking at. This is bad. This is wrong. And I'm tired of correcting it. It takes more time to correct all of the typos and errors and all of the other things than it does to just do it myself. And then I thought, let me just do it myself, because I have 30 plus different executive summaries that need to get put out. I'm not staying late. No, I'm not doing that. So what I did was I did something that was going to make my job easier. I just simply developed a template for the statistical segment of the executive summary. And I started to just put those out myself, because y'all are a bottleneck. Y'all are getting on my nerves. Y'all are causing friction. Y'all are making my job harder. And it doesn't have to be that hard. I made the executive decision. I took the ownership over that task or whatever, and I said, "This is what I'm going to do." And it was easy to develop a template around something like that, because it's the exact same questions, the exact same output. The only difference is the company name and the numbers. Everything else is the same. They want the same information. It's the same content. It's the same whatever. It's all the IRS. They want the same information. And so it was easy for me to do that, and it made my job so much easier. Like, I can't tell you how much time that freed up for me, because I'm not wasting my time reading people's incorrect shit. If I'm being honest, I just did my own and I sent it out. And here's what you have, and incorporated. Here's the statistical segment. That's how I made my job easier. And again, this was all at a micro scale. I only wanted my job to be, I'm going to keep saying that, because that is the whole focus of this. That is the whole gag about strategic ownership, is that you have the ultimate amount of leverage, and you can do what you want with that leverage. Okay, so this was being done at a micro scale. I really was just doing it for my clients, so that I could get home as early as possible. And I started getting a lot of requests to be on a bunch of different cases, and that caught attention from my manager, who actually didn't like me very much, but that caught a lot of attention, and people started to ask for my templates. The template started to get used throughout the entire team, and then we developed a macro for the entire executive summary. We developed a templated macro for the entire executive summary, for the entire department. That's it. It started to like escalate and scale from there. And I want to emphasize how strategic ownership is not at scale. It is not about doing everything. Strategic ownership does not mean I am owning every single aspect of getting this thing done. In fact, in the example I just gave, when we were implementing it departmentally, I didn't do anything. I, in fact, didn't do a thing. Okay, we had someone on the team that actually like developed macros. We had like actual like developers and like people who did that kind of stuff. I just told them what I needed. All I did was follow up, and I made sure it was accurate, and like that was it. Only thing you need to do there is it's about driving the decision and having good follow-up and coordinating with the right people and making sure that you're on time and on progress. That is it. And if anything, I'm telling you, that is less work. I did way less work implementing that project than I did actually doing work for my clients. When you are able to take on strategic ownership, when you're able to present yourself as that kind of employee, the doors open up for you and things become so much easier. And it's that much easier when you start with making your job easier for you. I'm a problem solver for myself first. I solve my own problems first. And this is why I'm able to work in multiple departments and train teams and lead projects in the role that I have now, doing all of that and not stress and overwork myself. Is because I am constantly finding ways to make my job easier for me. I don't do too much. I'm telling you right now, I don't do too much. And this is how you do that. Think of solutions to the problems that you are facing right now and pick one to solve. Just pick one thing that's going to help eliminate this issue so that you can get home earlier, or so that you can stop crying in your car, or so that you can stop coming home and having to smoke and drink and feel like your life is not your own because like you only are going to get a couple of hours of sleep and you got to wake up super early in the morning and you got to work over the weekend and this, that, and the third and all of this. There's no need for that. Free yourself of time, free up your energy. And I'm going to walk through why this actually works the way that it works. The first thing is it builds sanity by focusing your energy on what actually matters. Nothing moves in your life without you. Your job doesn't get worked unless you work it. You don't get anywhere unless you go there. Your food don't get cooked unless you cook it. Nothing moves without you. So prioritize yourself, not your job. You work your job. It doesn't work you. And this is the best way for you to do that because you're able to, this focuses on self-preservation, essentially. And then the next thing is that this builds so much credibility and teaches others to see you as proactive and strategic. And when people see you as proactive and strategic, they will treat you proactively and strategically. They will treat you as someone who is proactive and strategic. You'll find that you're being asked to do more high-level work. You'll find that people are asking for your opinion more. People are asking you questions more. People want to get your insights because they see you as strategic and proactive. They understand that you are someone who they can leverage. You're smart. You know what you're doing. Like, wow, I'm impressed. Okay? And with credibility comes visibility. And it builds visibility by aligning you with solutions and not the problem. And again, this just further emphasizes the way that people are going to treat you. Like this just further impacts the way that your interactions at work, the way that people treat you at work, the way that you interact with people at work. And you'll find that even when you're giving pushback, like it's not as hard anymore. Or you'll start to notice a difference between you and maybe like say another coworker who's not doing this thing. And anytime they complain about something or like they give feedback or pushback on something, you'll see that it feels a bit more like contentious. Is that the word? Like you can tell like this feels uncomfortable. like you can tell like there's definitely tension in this room and she don't like him and he don't like her and all of this. But it's like when you say something, it's like, oh, well, why do you say that? It's a very different response because people see you differently. People respect your work differently because they're like, oh, because they see you as a problem solver and everybody wants their problems to be solved. And if I see you as someone who can solve my problems, I want to work with you. And I want to make sure that when you work with me, it's pleasant. Right? And so this is how you this is why this is the launch pad to strategic ownership, because this is how you get there. And this is what strategic ownership gives you and brings you. So if this video resonates with you, you are on the fast track to burnout and you need this next part. Click this video next so that you can stop experiencing burnout and anxiety at work.